we're talking all about Dream Home. So this little nugget, it has so many tips if you are looking for a house, if you're wanting to sell your house. They've got all the information in here. So we want to talk about when is the right time to buy a house, or when is the right time to move from your house. And there are so many different tips, and I know real estate is so hot right across the country, particularly in places like Vancouver and Toronto. So it's a really tough decision to make.
And just because the market is hot doesn't mean that you shouldn't be careful. You shouldn't be safe. So you want to make sure you ask yourself certain questions. Don't, be biased because, oh, I love this kitchen. I'm going to ignore some of the signs that maybe it's going to be hard to resell this home, like we're right behind a nuclear power plant, something like that. So always take yourself out of the situation and treat it like a business.
And also figure out which things you with your house you don't like, because maybe you can just fix something in your house that's bugging you. If it's something aesthetic and you have the right size home, it's the right neighborhood, right school district, then maybe you don't have to move.
Yeah.
But these are a bunch of those tips for why you need to look for moving. So some of the common things would be if the house is too small. If you have 4 kids but you only have 3 bedrooms, well, maybe it's time to get something a little bit bigger. You might have to move a little further out to get more bang for your buck.
And always, I mean, the crazy thing is, it used to be that someone would buy a house and they would live in it for generations. The family would stay in the home. Not anymore. They say now the average family moves every 3 to 5 years. I hate moving. Why do people do that?
I don't know why they do that. I'm never moving ever from my house. They will have to drag me out of there because I get so much anxiety from moving. Just the amount of planning you have to do to pack everything and go. And plus, where am I moving to? Like, I can't afford anything.
Well, and so plan ahead. Sometimes you'll get a couple that will move in together. They'll get a place. They'll sell their individual places. They'll move together. But then, they know that they have plans to grow a family. But as soon as they start to have children, they have to move again. Do everything you can, because there's a lot of cost involved every time you move and pay real estate fees, pay transfer taxes. Try and plan ahead a little bit. Even if you have to save and stretch, try and plan ahead so you don't have to move again.
And also look at your situation. For example, we do houses, we invest in houses, and we work with clients all across the country, U.S. and Canada. And in Vancouver, it's been really, really expensive, one of the most expensive cities in North America because of a lot of foreign investment driving up the price. Well, they've actually changed right now. There's more taxation for foreign investors, which has actually dropped the market down. So now for anybody domestic, anyone in Canada that wants to buy, you have the opportunity to have less competition.
And that's why we say to everyone too, if anyone is buying or selling a home, so Property Brothers Buying and Selling is a show. It specifically talks about the stuff you need to do to sell your home. And new episodes air Mondays on HGTV Canada. And it's all about just making sure that you're holding your professionals accountable, your real estate professionals. Make sure you know what's important, because when you're selling your home, it doesn't matter what you like. It doesn't matter what your tastes are. It's what the buyers like. And that's the hardest thing to get people to understand.
So you have to detach emotionally from your space.
Exactly. That's why it's great working with real estate experts. Oh, hold on. That's a deal I just closed right now.
This guy's always working.
Buy, buy, sell. Now it's time to buy.
What great timing that was. Okay, you mentioned a couple of things. Getting the kids into a better school district. This is a reason that you might want to consider moving. Like, this is valid, right?
Definitely. School is so important. And it also depends on what extracurricular activities your children are into. If it's something for sports, for music. And so you want to make sure you're in the right school district. And nothing is worse for the parents than having to drive your kids. Keep in mind, if you're outside the school district, you won't have school buses because the buses work within a school district, so you would have to drive.
Kids are so annoying.
No, you want peace of mind. Why spend less time in the car and more time with the family doing stuff?
And what about moving so that you're closer to your job? Would this be a good reason to move?
It's generally, there's 3 things that clients say are usually the most important. It's being close proximity to schools, work, or church. Those are sort of the things that have always been identified as very important. So you look at your lifestyle and you look at where you travel to the most and try and find something that's going to coordinate with that.
And also transportation. A lot of people want to get a bigger house, they move a little further out, but they don't think about how close buses are or transportation.
That is key.